This is Steve Navoychek, the 501 Coroner, and it's Tuesday night about 9 p.m. I'm putting the time at the very beginning because this story is still changing, and when something moves this fast, you deserve to know exactly what was known at the moment of the recording. By the time you hear this, new information may already be out there, so listen closely and check back for updates. This is the first in an ongoing report about this matter. On September 2nd, a U.S. military aircraft struck a suspected drug boat in the Caribbean. That initial strike destroyed the vessel and threw several men into the water, alive, wounded, and shipwrecked. A second strike was then carried out. Public reporting from multiple major outlets has said survivors were still in the water after the first blast. The U.S. government has not confirmed that point directly, but they have not denied it either. And the White House now openly acknowledges that Admiral Frank Bradley, the commander of U.S. Special Operations, ordered the follow-on strike. That is no longer speculation, that is now confirmed. The administration continues to say that Bradley worked within his authority and the law. That's their position. What they will not answer, at least as of tonight, are the basic questions: whether the survivors were armed, whether they posed any threat, or whether they were still capable of fighting. They repeat that it was lawful, but they avoid discussing what condition those men were in at the time of the second strike. That avoidance speaks loudly. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth now says reports that he gave a kill everybody or a no survivors order are false. Those allegations came from media reporting and unnamed officials, and it's important to say that they remain allegations. Hegseth has denied them. What is also true is that his own public posture has shifted. Days ago, he spoke about watching these operations live. Tonight, he says he did not see survivors before the second strike and points to the fog of war. That change in tone is worth noting. Some officials, speaking anonymously, have suggested that Bradley may be carrying the full weight of the controversy, so Hegseth does not. These accounts are not confirmed by the government, but they are being reported widely enough to warrant attention. Earlier today, the Pentagon, now calling itself the Department of War, released new language about Operation Southern Spear, the mission under which these strikes are being conducted. Their statement says that Special Operations Command, Bradley's command, called for the second strike. This suggests that what happened on September 2nd was not a rogue decision, but part of the operational framework. Southern Spear has conducted more than 20 strikes since early September. 83 people have been killed. As of this recording, the United States has not provided public evidence that the men killed were cartel fighters. That remains one of the central unanswered questions. Members of Congress from both parties are now demanding the release of the strike video. Senator Jack Reed said, "If they did nothing wrong, release the video." Several Republican lawmakers have said the same. Hearings could begin as early as next week. Bradley is expected to brief Congress, only privately. Venezuela says some of the dead were its citizens and has opened its own investigation. That adds an international layer to what was already a serious domestic issue. And here's the legal reality. If the survivors were wounded, unarmed, or unable to fight back, then targeting them again would violate U.S. military law, international human rights law, and core principles of the laws of armed conflict. That point is not ambiguous. What remains uncertain is exactly what the decision makers saw and understood at the moment the second strike was ordered. That is information Congress is now pushing to uncover. So here's where we stand tonight, Tuesday, December 2nd, at about 9 p.m. A second strike occurred. Admiral Frank Bradley ordered it. The White House defends it as lawful. Secretary Hegseth denies giving any unlawful directive and said he did not personally see survivors. Special Operations Command is tied directly to the decision. Congress wants the video. Legal experts are raising questions, serious questions. Venezuela says its citizens were killed, and as of right now, the story is fast moving and developing. I've spent my life around violence and what it leaves behind. I know what justified force looks like, and I know what it looks like when institutions close ranks instead of opening the books. This is one of those moments when the truth matters and the truth needs witnesses, because the truth is not negotiable. This is part one of an ongoing report. There will be more. Check back, share it, and stay alert. And y'all be kind to each other, okay?